You can fix everything in your life with volume. I was having this conversation yesterday with someone very close to me, and the topic we came up on was volume. We were actually talking about dating first, and this individual's kind of struggled with dating in the past, and so we were talking about making the volume of the attempts when it comes to dating higher. And what I mean by that is simply if you're using dating apps, swiping more or creating more matches, creating more conversations. If you're going to the gym, sparking up more conversations or sparking up conversations in general with people at the grocery store. But at the end of the day, the volume of the attempts for dating, right? And then I made the comment, I feel like volume is almost the answer to everything. And so when we talk about nutrition and or fitness, if you want to lose weight, you reduce the volume of calories being consumed. If you want to lose weight but keep the calories the same, you need to increase the volume of exercise and or energy being expended. And I started thinking about this to a really deep degree, and I'm like, damn, this pretty much translates to everything. If you're someone who is not doing so well in business, you have to increase the volume of your marketing, of your sales approach, of your leads, right? Due to marketing, whatever it is. If you're, not making enough money and you work a regular job, you need to increase the volume of hours being worked. Or if you're someone who makes commission, you need to increase the volume of sales. So looking at volume as a marker for why we aren't or are successful in certain areas, I think is something that's very easy to quantify and something that we can make things that we often view as difficult much more easy, not only to digest, but to figure out a plan to overcome. Just like I said, we can talk about it when it comes to fitness, health, weight loss, etc. We can talk about it when it comes to business and or making more money at work. We can talk about it when it comes to relationships. So all of these things that sometimes can seem very tricky to not only understand, but to improve the quality of in our lives can very easily be fixed through volume, whether it's an increase or decrease, right? Most of the time, we're going to have to increase the volume of work or effort being expended, etc. But sometimes, like with nutrition or with losing weight, right? You're gonna have to reduce the volume, right? Because what is causing the problem? What's causing the problem is the volume of calories that are being consumed for the volume of energy that's being expended. So you're consuming more energy, more volume of calories up than you are expending. So you have to either increase the volume of energy going out, calories going out, or decrease the volume of energy coming in, and you can fix that problem. Again, I know that this isn't always easy to do, particularly when it comes to money, particularly when it comes to our health and or weight loss, and particularly when it comes to relationships. But if we can view these things in this way, we can make a very simple fix, if you will, to some of these things that are very complicated for a lot of us very often. So remember this, whatever day you're watching this, it's Saturday right now that I'm making this, but remember this on this Saturday, that volume, whether an increase or decrease, is the fix to almost every problem that you can think of.